Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 4, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of the device. So when you first time power the device on, you'll be presented with this screen. So first thing you can do is select your desired language by tapping on it, and from here you have the list of all the languages. So choose the one that suits you, and from there you can tap on start. I'm just gonna stick with English, so disregard that. Now you can put in your SIM card if you want right now, or you can just completely skip it. It doesn't really change anything. You can just plop it in later on and it will work just as well. The next thing you have is the Wi-Fi connection. Now you can also connect to this or skip it if you wish. As an example, I'm actually gonna connect here. Yeah, so there it is. Automatically when it connects, it proceeds further on. Now your network probably will be protected, so you will have to actually put in a password. Mine was not, so I can just literally skip it. You have the option to copy data and apps from your old device. Now this would work if you created a copy of it on your old device. Basically, when you're logged into Google, you can make a backup and it stores it on the Google cloud, and then once you actually log in here, you'll see that backup version that you can then just tap on to get back. But I'm actually gonna skip this, so don't. And I'm gonna set up the device as a new. And here you can log into your Google account. Now you can also skip it if you don't want to. If you don't have an account, you can always create an account. I'm gonna log in, so and tap on next. I'm gonna put in a password. Again, tap on next, and you'll see this. So welcome screen from Google and terms of service. Cool, let's agree to that. And from here you have a couple options that you can enable and disable. Number one, backup to Google Drive will allow you to basically keep your devices synced. So for instance, if you have additional device on the same account, as you can see the same one right here, then if you put in a contact or some calendar event, the same thing will appear on a different device that is on the same account. So you can enable or disable however you like. Then you have locations and stuff like that. You can read them and see if you want to have it on or not. Just gonna tap on accept and keep it as it is. You have the screen lock. By default it's set to pin. You can also change it or completely skip it again if you wish to. I'm gonna set it as pattern. So you would again go back. You would just tap on the set screen lock options right here, and it gives you a couple other ones. So you have pattern, pin, or password. Now pin is the original one. It's a 4-digit numeric pin. Pattern is just you draw a pattern, and password is just, well, self-explanatory password with letters, numbers, whatever you like. So yeah, I'm gonna choose pattern, draw it, tap on next, redraw the same pattern once more and confirm it. Then you have Face ID. You can set it up if you like. You just tap on agree, and then you would use the camera to look into it, and it would probably tell you to move your face left and right, up and down, to get a good read of your face. And then instead of, for instance, using pattern or whatever it is, it will launch the camera in a way and just look at your face, and if it recognizes it, then it unlocks it. I'm just gonna skip this for now. Then you have continue setup, continue. Stop more. Now this is your Google Assistant. You would have to basically train it by reading a couple different sentences that it provides you with, so it recognizes how you speak and how you basically pronounce words. So later on you can easily access and interact with your assistant. Now you can also skip it if you don't want it. So here you have the squeeze for your assistant. Now what it does is just launches Google Assistant when you squeeze it, as you can see right here. and there's like pressure sensitive spots basically right here, and you can see that when I start squeezing it, you have these blue lines appearing. Now this allows you 3 different things. Number 1 is to mute calls when you have some incoming calls. Number 2 is, well, interact with your Google Assistant, and number 3 as well, I have an option to also access it when that screen is locked and the device is just with a black screen, like in a sleeping mode, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just gonna choose do it later. Now you can set it up if you want, just as the Google card. This will require you to put in your credit card number and all that information. So I'm just also gonna skip that. Then you have some information about the gestures. So the sensor that is in somewhere right here basically allows you to, for instance, skip tracks and I think snooze your alarm clock by just waving your hand over the screen. Now I don't have any music to really demonstrate it, but you can either turn it on or just skip it, so it would be off. Again, personal preference, I'm gonna skip it. Now again, there's another sensor, the same one for the music, but this one allows you to wake up the device, I guess, when you're approaching the screen. Now it basically detects where your hand is, kind of like a sonar would work, and wakes it up. So we can turn that on just as a test, and then tap on, for instance, not now, because everything is already set. Next, and the process is almost finished. So let's go home. It gives you an animation of how to use the gesture navigations. Next, you can see that there are the gesture navigations now all set. So swipe up to quit, and there we go, and the device is now fully set. So you also see there's also some pattern that we have set. So yeah, now if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.